How many times have you thought, I just can't keep doing everything myself? And listen, if you're an ambitious agent, that thought hits hard. But when you're starting to feel that, that's the sign that you need to hire help. I still remember when I was part of a mastermind, and it was of top producing agents. And one of the person that was a mentor to me, what he said to that group was, listen, if you're in this room, you don't have a problem with working hard. You have a leverage problem if you want to grow beyond where you are right now. And if you get more deals done because you work more hours, at this point in your life, it's just cheating. And so when I came back, what I knew I needed to do was learn how to leverage my time better. And so what I did, I read a book, and this book just blew my mind, and it's called Clockwork. And in that book, it talked about a time audit. And then I had another friend of mine tell me how he did his time audit. And so I legitimately just did a time audit right then and there. And right here on a wall, actually, this was in the old house, what I did was every 15 minutes, I had a sticky pad, and I would write down what I did in that previous 15 minutes. If I was checking email, I wrote down checking email. And if I did it again later that day, I wrote checking email. And at the end of every day, I just stuck it to the wall. At the end of 2 weeks, what I did, I started breaking down my wall into different tasks, admin tasks, lead generation tasks, dollar productive tasks, showing all of the leadership tasks. And what I realized is I started looking at my dollar per hour. So if you make $100,000 a year, your time is worth $50 an hour. If you make $1 million a year, your time is worth $500 an hour. If you make $2 million a year, it's worth $1,000 an hour, right? Just like go down that list. Like you got the math. Right? And so what I started doing is I looked at how much I made last year, and I said, okay, this is what my time's worth. And then everything on that wall that I was doing that was below that timeline, I hired somebody for it. And I'll tell you what, when you're just newer in the business, or when you haven't hired an assistant, when you make that hire, here's what the crazy thing that does. Your income doubles. It just always will double, because you start spending time doing the things that are worth more money, and you stop doing things that are bogging you down. And you think you can't afford it, but you don't realize the cost it's costing you to not hire that person. So I ended up doubling my income, and I'm going to share in another email that I'm going to send to you one of the other ways that I have doubled my income and then doubled it again, and how I got to where I am today. But it always comes down to how you're using your time. So if you recognize that you are overwhelmed, that you feel like you spend a day and you're just working so hard and you've been busy but you haven't been productive, hiring your first assistant may be the next step that you need to take in your business. So if you want to get into the specifics, I'm here to help. Send me an email, call me, and I'd be happy to help you build a plan to get your time back. You've earned it. You got to this point, and go get it. Boom.